Right, we're still right here at Delta Television, the People's Pride. With us in the house is a man who will talk safety with us, Paul Okamaya. Good to have you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
We're
Thank
talking
you.
safety. Blessing is back with me, so no longer lonely of anchors. Now, we're talking snake bites this morning. Something I've never experienced. I don't want to experience it. But if ever something like that happens to, according to my Christian folks, my enemy, how would I handle it? And what do I do to even prevent it in the first place? Let's go.
The first thing you have to ever put in your mind is the preventive measures, and the common step. First of all, let me bring forward that as the rain season sets in, it drives these reptiles from the bush into the residential area, because snake is a member of the reptile family, and as it does that, it crawls into people's house and all that. So in the north here, snake bites is when somebody is bitten by a snake, whether the species of snake doesn't actually matter, but what is more important is how do we keep that snake off our environment. One, you need to know that keeping snake off your environment is to keep your environment tidy. Reduce the bushes around your environment. If you live within an area where you're surrounded by bush, then you have to help your neighbors to be able to cut down the bushes very close to your fence. That is the first step for you to ensure that you're safe from snake bite. Secondly, ensure that you have a regular fumigation within your premises. Fumigation helps to kill or drive away reptiles from your home. I'll give you some common examples. When you start seeing a lot of lizards, war gecko, and all that around you, also have in mind that these are parts of the reptile family and that can also attract snake closer to you. At that point, you need to introduce what we call fumigation. And if you do well fumigated area, you keep the snakes off your premises. Locally, some people will say if you cannot afford fumigation chemical, you can use carbide and every other local means to drive the snake from your environment. The next thing you need to know is that snake cause panic to everybody. Even the sight of snake is actually traumatic to individuals. So if you come in contact with snake, the first thing you need to do is to run into safety. Run into safety simply means you run away from that snake. If you have opportunity.
If the snake is in your house, you run away from the snake.
Yes, if snake crawls into your home, for example, as a man, yes, the first thing you need to do is to run away from it.
Okay.
And come back well equipped.
Okay.
And come back well equipped, because any attempt for you, snake have a spring nature. So if you're not set for that snake and it spring onto you, it could cause harm. It's causing harm does not necessarily mean that it's going to inflict poison on you, but snake have its own structure of when it bites, it can be very strenuous. Snake have the ability, if it can overpower you and call you, have the ability to destroy a human bone. It's stretching it in a matter of seconds. So you have to first of all take safety before you come back to come and fight that snake. Always ensure that holes around your houses are well covered. It means that if you have a sewage that is partially leaking, you need to ensure that it's covered. What do you do when you are bitten by snake? If someone is bitten by snake, the first fight against it is for you to stay calm. Why do you need to stay calm? It's because whether the snake is a venomous snake or not, whatever the snake infused into the human system can only be transferred by the pressure on the bloodstream. Let's say, for example, it's a poisonous snake and it beats someone. it deposited its venom in the bloodstream. If you don't stay calm, you panic, your heartbeat increases. And as your heartbeat increases, the rate of the speed that venom will get to the heart decrease the chances of survival of that victim. So, and when it gets to the heart, that is where it causes its major damage, that you see that people die of snake bite. So the first thing is for you to stay calm. Second is for you to position the person, the point where the snake bite, below the heart level. When let's say you have the person beating on the leg and you ask the person to sit down and stay calm, it means that the pressure of the blood to move to the heart will have to fight against gravity. It's going to fight against gravity. And the longer that happens, the higher the chance of survival of that victim.
Okay.
Next, wash around the surface of the beating spot. Why do you need to wash around the surface? If it's a venomous snake, what has been introduced into the person's bloodstream is the two figs already inside the bloodstream. However, there's a lot of venom around the surface of that wound. Now, the longer you leave those venom there, the more quantity of venom that sucks into the body system. And when this happens, the person will have a higher quantity of venom in the person's system. So the medicals are going to fight more instead of lesser. So you have to wash immediately. Thirdly, cover the affected parts. Just use a gauze and a bandage to cover the affected parts. Fourth, transport the person to the nearest medical facility with restrained movement on that person. What do we mean by restrained movement? It means you don't allow the person to walk on his or her own. So you might need to carry the person, you will shell the person to the vehicle and then to the nearest available facility, and then the medical personnel can take it off from there.
Well, so much to learn. I wish that we could continue this conversation, but we've learned so much already. Prevention is definitely
the key.
Better. So I've been doing well. Thank you, sir.
So
Please
this
do more.
Nigerian method of chewing onions when you have snake bites, does it help?
Is it potent?
There is no scientific proof to that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So go rush to a hospital, but do not let the person rush himself. Try to get help to the person.
Tell the person not to panic.
Okay.
Because even the snake bite might not be venomous, might not be poisonous snake.
Okay.
So there's no reason for the person to be panic.
All right. Thank you so much. And that's how we say goodbye on Morning Ride from Blessing Siagbada.
Thank you so much for joining us this Wednesday morning. It has been a smooth ride. Have a wonderful day ahead.
All right. And from myself, I say have a wonderful day ahead. Good morning.